Right now it's a little bit of an odd time to be an Apple user. You know, you're kind of stuck today with what you buy. You can't upgrade it anymore. And sometimes those upgrades outweigh the need for the newest tech. And while my iPad here is really great and my iPhone that I record this on is fantastic, I can't change anything about them. Unlike my old daily driver here, this is my 2011 iMac 21.5 inch. It's a Core i5, and right now it's got 32 gigabytes of memory. When it sold brand new, the highest it could achieve, Apple said, was 16 gigs. Intel has always hidden little back doors for its own technology, and Apple only acknowledges a little bit of it. And until recently, all Apple was Intel, and occasionally some Apple Silicon here and there. But I'm not here to talk about this one. I'm here today to talk about my MacBook Pro. It's a 2012 with a Core i5, and it's got 2 gigabytes of memory. So I got to thinking, rather than spending a little bit of extra cash that I've already spent previously, why not take some of the memory from here and put it in here? And to do that, I have some old 4 gigabyte chips that came out of here when I upgraded it. So we're going to have to downgrade this thing first to get the 2 8 gigabyte chips out of the bottom of where the RAM slot is. The RAM slot's hidden right here underneath the Apple logo on the outer edge. And off. Let's go ahead and get her all disconnected and flip her over and get access to that RAM slot. Now you can see in here are 4 RAM slots. So we're going to get these. There's these little pull tabs here and here. No, I'm not sticking this in. I want to get these little pull tabs off. 1 and 2. Now, do be mindful that there is a notch in the chip that you match up on the interior of the computer. You don't want to force it in, so I'm going to. And for you kids wondering at home what the iMac 2011 and the 2012 are going to be taking, are these little Mac memory chips. DDR3 Mac memory, can't go wrong. Look for it on Amazon. And it's in. We've upgraded the memory in the 21.5 inch 2011 iMac. Well, that's a good sign. If it started beeping, that would mean that there's a memory problem. And let's check about this Mac. And yeah, it has 24 gigabytes of 1067 megahertz DDR3 RAM. So that means that the downgrade upgrade worked. Let's get to work now on the MacBook Pro. I've already upgraded the hard drive in here to an SSD. Now I want to see what my Mac has, so let me go ahead and log in. And here you can see it's a 2.5 gigahertz dual core Intel i5 processor with 4 gigs of 1333 megahertz DDR3 RAM. We can see that the memory payload is 2 gigabytes and 2 gigabytes DDR3, and both statuses are okay. So that does mean that both of the RAM slots are currently occupied. Let's go ahead and get her powered down, flip her over. We're going to take our little tiny Phillips head screwdriver, remove the back panel, and install our new chips. There are 10 screws in total, 4 along the back panel, 4 along the front panel, and 2 on the sides. I would recommend that you definitely keep track of where the screws go, because some screws are different. So that's why I have this here. I'm going to slowly migrate these screws into here in roughly the same place that I pulled them out of the MacBook. So let me go ahead and get that done. here are our 4 gigabytes, 2 gigabyte stick chips of what looks like to be Samsung memory. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out. There's one. And here's number 2. One of the things we want to be mindful of is that there is a notch, and I got to match that notch to the notch that's in here in the RAM holder. So, okay, there's one in. Now for number 2. Okay, both RAM slots are now occupied. I'm going to put the cover back on just real quick without buttoning it down and carefully flip it over just to make sure that we get the bong chime and that both ports are occupied. Well, that's a good sign. It means that there's no RAM read errors. Remember, she's going to start beeping if she doesn't like what you did to her. We should have 16 gigabytes of DDR3 memory. That's good. That means she took it and that all the memory slots are occupied, 8 gigs and 8 gigs, or 1333. Go back to overview, system report, upgradable memory, yes, and both DIMM slots are occupied. Hot damn, we've upgraded our MacBook Pro. So I guess that does it. I've got the screws back in. She took this full 16 gigabytes of memory. She's going to be a great little computer. Still, I can now take her to conventions. I could before, but now I'm really going to start doing it. Now I can edit. She has enough memory to run iMovie and a few things here and there. And I don't have to worry about how much time I'm spending editing my videos and getting them out to you, especially if I'm on the road. I really enjoy an upgradable computer. I still think that she's got a lot of life left in her. Next time, hopefully when you join me, we're going to be upgrading this 2019 Intel iMac. We'll be cutting her open with the pizza cutter, as I like to call it, pulling out the motherboard and putting in a new solid-state hard drive blade and putting in some memory. For those of you who do support the channel, be sure to stay tuned. At the end of the video, you'll be able to see your names as supporters of the channel. I have a lot of great old tech I would love to tell you about, but some of it requires a little bit of tinkering here and there. Guess I can close this now. And thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate this. This is the kind of content I really do enjoy producing, so I hope you've enjoyed it. And until next time, I'm Star Raccoon. Keep your stick on the ice, and we'll see you back here next time.